Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy, Aaron Collins, and this is another edition of me addressing worldly issues in a godly way. Hope everyone's in their right mind. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's blessed and highly favored. So, without further ado, though, let's get into the commentary. So, y'all, last night I went and saw the movie Sinners. I'm not gonna give away any spoilers, but I will say that it's an experience. It's a very superb, well done movie. Shout out to the writer director Ryan Coogler, as well as the lead actor Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan played, I will say this much, he played twin brothers in this film. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna give away too many spoilers, but I am gonna say the cultural significance that this film has in today's society and how it relates to a lot of things that's happening today. So, the movie does start out in the beginning as a young man named Sammy who happens to be the son of a preacher. Sammy is also a good singer. He has a really good voice that's not really, his father, who was a preacher, I just said that, actually has an issue with him going into the world. He even tells him, I will say this much in the movie, he says something that could be scripturally referencing, saying if you run with the devil, he'll follow you home. Now, I get it, it's not in the Bible, but it may reference a scripture of some kind, which is kind of hitting on some things that's happening today. So, anyway, I'm not going to talk about it too long. I'm going to keep it brief. But like I was saying, Michael B. Jordan plays two twin brothers named Smoke and Stack, who came from Chicago and moved back to Mississippi to open up a juke joint. This juke joint in particular has a history. It's actually a former steel mill, where black slaves, well, not even necessarily black slaves, but black people were unalived and taken out. This movie, by the way, takes place in the 1930s, so we know that was maybe around, say, the Depression. I think, I want to say Jim Crow was even, or I'm not sure when Jim Crow actually came, but it did take place during the Depression years, the 1930s, and in the South. So they get to where they open up the juke joint. It's popping, it's slamming. This movie is basically like a metaphor for what's going on today. The sinners referring to the people who go to the club, the party, the revel, basically do all kind of manner of debauchery and get drunk. The things that you do at a nightclub. And back in the 30s, the juke joint was like the happening spot for black people. It was basically what we would call the club today, the bar, the going into the whatever terminology that they use. I don't go to clubs, so basically it's what they did back in the 30s, their version of turning up there. So anyway, I'm going to say that this movie was very, very culturally significant. It's actually a metaphor for the things that we deal with today. Oh, and did I mention it's also a vampire story? Yes, vampires do exist in the movie. I can say that much without giving away too much. But the movie has elements of mainly black music. There's one scene in the film where they're during the dancing at the club, the character Sammy, who actually happens to be a cousin of the twins, is singing in the middle of the club and playing this guitar. The guitar also has a cultural significance as well. It's a guitar he's used throughout the film. So anyway, he's singing, and while he's singing, a narration comes out talking about the music. Now, in this particular scene, it's a one-shot. The camera basically pans and moves around the club at the different revelers, the people doing what they do, dancing, and the movie shows how music throughout the decades, black music has changed significantly, but it's still culturally the same, even though the beats and the rhythms may be different, it comes from the same origin, blues. And in the film, you see different people from different eras, different, say, generations, different years of music. At first, when I saw it, it looked like, from what, okay, for example, there's one scene you have a guy with an electric guitar. And then you see another scene of people, of like a young lady twerking in modern day club clothing. And you even got some guys, a couple of guys crip walking, gangbangers crip walking or whatever, playing dominoes, and a DJ. Now I'm thinking, well, wait, this is a period film about the 1930s. But then I picked up on it and realized, oh, okay, while the narrator was talking, saying that how this music has a cultural effect, past, present, and future, it's just showing how the music has changed over the years, and it's the same. Very well done, very superb and well done film. That particular scene, it was very well crafted, very well organized and executed. And I liked how Ryan Coogler just talks about the different elements that make up our culture. Now, the significant cultural relevance, as well as the metaphor I was talking about, was the vampires. The vampires represent the dominant culture who want to take what we have and co-opt it and use it for their own. In this particular scene, the vampires, which represent white supremacy, want to come into the club and they want to enjoy and dance with everyone else, but they're denied entry. This represents how over the years they've wanted to be a part of what we have going, our culture. They want to be invited to the cookout, as we say. They want to come and just revel with us. But when we decide that no, we don't want to be a part of our thing, this is our thing, then they find a way to take it over or co-opt it and destroy it altogether. So that's also hinted at as well and spoken of. It's done like I said, it's done with vampires, the vampires representing the dominant culture, the white supremacy, the system that we live in today, and how it's taken over and destroyed our communities and destroyed us. They want to take the culture, but not us. So, and those who get bit by the vampires, they join the vampire group. There's even where they want to even reinvent the Klan, the KKK, which is a whole nother story altogether. Once again, y'all, I'm trying not to put too many spoilers out there. I would advise anyone to go see this film. Another thing that I want to hit on is that I saw a few videos from other Christians, from other born-again Christians, which is what I am, who had issue with the film. And they, understandably so. I get it. I understand this movie is not for everyone. My thing is this. The issues they had were basically the elements of African spirituality, which is rooted in paganism, which I understand that too. It also had the hoodoo and the voodoo practices that were relevant in this movie. That I do understand. And it goes against spiritual warfare. I understand that too. I understand. My thing is this, is if it's not for you, then don't see it. Because see, this film is not for everybody. Now, as someone who's also born again, I'm talking about myself, as someone who is born again and works in the entertainment industry, I understand that this particular film was not necessarily for a Christian-based audience to begin with. It was never designed as a faith-based film. It was never designed as, well, we want to win over the church. And if you ask me, I do believe that there are some hints of a salvation message in it without being overtly outwitted. That's how I feel. But if you do see this movie, look at it with discernment. I mean, there's a saying that says, eat the meat and spit out the bones. Take what you can take from it and go with it. That's the way I see it. I mean, I'm sure some other Christians may have a problem with me even talking about this, may have a problem with me speaking on this. Hey, I understand how you feel, but this is how I feel. I mean, I choose to look at this movie beyond the surface and look at deep in, go in deep from both perspectives, a cultural perspective as well as a spiritual perspective. So, like I said, again, shout out to Ryan Coogler, because you never know how many of the cast and crew of this particular film of Sinners are actually born again. We don't know if any of them are or aren't. I'm sure there might be some that might be. Who knows? Who's to say? We can't say that. And shout out to the young actor who played Sammy. He did a superb job as well. Miles Catton, that's his name. Shout out to him. This movie was well crafted. I want to say that this movie, Sinners, has the same type of cultural impact as, say, Get Out did when it came out. It's a metaphor of life, and it shows us things that's beneath the surface as far as the culture is concerned. So, shout out to Jordan Peele for Get Out and Ryan Coogler. I mean, this is a great movie. I liked it. Like I said, it's not for everybody, but that's okay though. That's the story. That's what variety is. That's what diversity is. But that's how I feel about it. Once again, let me know what you think. Am I saying something that's significant? Am I saying something that you can relate to? I mean, get in the comments. Let me know. Get in the comments. And be respectful. Let's just keep it clean here. Be respectful. I'm coming to you all respectfully, so come to me respectfully. I mean, that's all I'm asking. But anyway, support the channel, guys. I'm at paypal.me/TheRealAaronCollins, as well as patreon.com/TheRealAaronCollins, and Cash App $//TheRealAaronCollins. That's a lot to say. But yeah, I enjoyed this film. It's a good movie. I advise and admonish everyone to go see it, and look at it with a discerning pair of lenses. Look at it and try to look beyond the surface if you can. Try to look at it with a different pair of eyes. Try to see the cultural significance it has. That's all I can say. But it's I think black excellence in cinema, and another shout out to Ryan Coogler that he recently got an accolade where he now has the right to all of his masters. I mean, all of his footage in the future. He recently got some kind of award for this film. So a lot of people are really upset with Warner Brothers for it, but hey, I think it's I think this is the dawn of a new beginning of black cinema as well as independent filmmaking. So again, go see Sinners, but see it discerningly and just see what you can get out of it. See what you can analyze. Anyway, guys, you know what it is. You know how I feel about everyone. Remember, this is a great topic to speak on, and I'm a filmmaker myself as well as a content creator, and I'm trying to be on here as more often as I can. I'm trying to do more movie reviews. I know I'm probably tripping over some words right now, but yeah, this is just something I also do. I'm trying to get better at it though, y'all. I mean, so just work with me, y'all. Anyway, everyone, you know what it is. That God loves you. I love you. I still love you. Let's do life.